Coming up on AgweekTV, farmers get some well-deserved recognition on National Ag Day.
At the International Sugar Beet Institute, we'll take a look at a robot that could be one solution for herbicide-resistant weeds.
I'm here near Sabika, Minnesota, where Les Schwartz has started the maple syrup season about a month earlier than usual.
And we visit a ranch that had quite the surprise this calving season. Welcome to AgweekTV. I'm Emily Beal. Farmers work hard every day, but every March, a special day is set aside to honor them. National Ag Day was March 19th. Minnesota Farm Bureau celebrated by holding Day on the Hill at the state capitol in St. Paul. Ag Day is meant to advocate for farm policy, but also for farmers and ag groups to increase the public's awareness of agriculture's important role in modern society.
Does raise awareness to where your food comes from. I don't think the average consumer realizes how close behind the back door of the grocery store a farmer is.
And then water quality and water quantity is really a big issue right now in the legislature. So talking about those practices that farmers do is always important.
The Farm Bureau also held an Ag Day Gala Tuesday night. AgWeek's National Ag Day coverage is supported by USDA's National Resources Conservation Service of Minnesota. It's getting harder and harder to battle some weeds, but a new robot that finds and kills weeds will be tested in fields around the region this summer. Growers got a look at it at the International Sugar Beet Institute in Grand Forks. Jenny Schleck shows you how it works.
Technology took center stage at this year's International Sugar Beet Institute.
Yeah, we build autonomous solar-powered robots.
Farmers at the International Sugar Beet Institute got a first look at a solar-powered robot being developed in Fargo that finds and eliminates weeds.
It's going to miss and ignore all of the brown targets and hit the ones that are blue. And that is using machine learning and AI to enable those type of capabilities.
Kenny Lee is CEO and founder of iGen, which invented the robot weed killer. And he says eventually it will be able to do a lot more.
So imagine being able to detect insects, pests, diseases, nutrient deficiencies. This is the potential of the robotic platform that we're building.
The robot has been shown off at Grand Farm, an ag innovation campus near Castleton, North Dakota. Grand Farm Director William Adderholt says the farm is a place for companies like iGen to work out technology that would be hard to incorporate directly on the farm.
We are putting considerable thought and effort into better understanding how people do their work in a farm, what problems they have and what opportunities they could see come forward before we even want to propose a solution.
Lee is an engineer, not a farmer, but he is happy to be working to make ag better.
Agriculture is a pillar of society, and farmers are stewards of the land, and I find no other cause that's as important as this.
In Grand Forks, North Dakota, this is Jenny Schlecht for AgWeek.
30 to 40 robots will be deployed in fields to farmers between Fargo and Ada, Minnesota this summer. The warm winter means maple syrup season is off to a record early start around the region. In this week's Ag Week cover story, we visit a maple syrup producer in west central Minnesota, where the sap has already been running for about a month. Usually the sap is just beginning to flow in mid-March. Syrup producer Les Schwartz taps maple and birch trees. This year he started in mid-February. The lack of snow means the ground warmed up early. He says they could use more moisture, but he's hoping to make up for lost syrup last year when weather delayed the season by about a month.
We've collected probably about 2,000 gallons of sap so far this year. And I have 400 trees tapped and probably have close to 50 gallons of syrup made already. And last year I didn't start cooking until the 13th of April.
You can read more in the next Ag Week magazine and at agweek.com.
Coming up, we take a look at the research, education, and extension happening at the South Dakota State University Sheep Unit.
Integrity, excellence, teamwork. At Titan Machinery, we take care of our team. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make in excess of 6 figures. service techs. Come grow with a company that invests in you. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, free single healthcare, and a generous tool allowance. Plus, we'll provide all of your uniform and safety gear. Apply today at titanmachinery.com/careers.
Farming is more than a career. It's a lifestyle, a calling, and a badge of honor. That's why it's important to have a banking partner who doesn't just understand the farming industry, they understand your farm. At Bremer Bank, we've spent more than 80 years working side by side with farmers like you to help you invest in and grow your operation. Season after season, from one generation to the next.
Attention farmers, increase your revenue and prevent compaction from squeezing your profits with PTG's Central Tire Inflation System, now offered at OK Tire and Service. All controlled from the tips of your fingers, ensuring increased yield and improved fuel economy by adjusting your tire pressure within minutes. You are ensuring the best performance from your tractor on the field and off the field, compatible with any radial tire. Call the OK Tire team today or visit oktireinc.com to learn more.
Spray Advantage is a full-line, full-service dealer with everything you need for fertilizer and chemical applications, like electronics from Microtrack and Raven, pumps by Banjo and John Blue, a full line of poly parts, tanks, and spray tips. We support the equipment we sell with factory-trained service technicians and a well-stocked parts department. It's our commitment to offer you quality products at competitive prices with the best financing options available. Spray Advantage, proudly serving North Dakota and Minnesota.
When it comes to grain storage and handling solutions, one call does it all. Gateway Building Systems is one of the largest Brock bin dealers in the U.S. Our expert team is dedicated to creating a customized plan for your future success. Expanding your operation has never been easier with our range of Brock solid bins, grain dryers, conveyors, and more. As your trusted partner, we are committed to serving the needs of farmers. Take the first step toward success and call Gateway Building Systems today.
Showing livestock takes a lot of work before hitting the ring. A clinic hosted by Kent Show Feeds helps kids learn the finer parts of preparing to show. Kennedy Tesh has more from Brookings, South Dakota.
I've shown goats my entire life. I did the math today and it was literally, I think I've been showing for like 14 or 15 years and I'm 19.
Lily Steek is a freshman at SDSU, majoring in Ag Communications and Ag Leadership. She loves sharing her knowledge about goats with young people, so helping out at this clinic was a good fit.
I love goats. I've won my state fair for the past 6 years, either 4-H or FFA, and I love showmanship and teaching kids about showmanship and goats in general.
That includes daily care and feeding of their animals, as well as getting them ready for showing. But this day isn't just about goats. Jim Grother, a territory manager for clinic-sponsored Kent Show Feeds, says the clinic is also for FFA and 4-H kids interested in showing beef cattle, pigs, and sheep.
The reason we do it is so we can connect to the kids. And lots of times they don't know what we have available to help them. And that just allows us to do that. Plus, like I said, it gets the kids more comfortable being around livestock. And we need more people in livestock, animal agriculture.
8th grader Kenton Timmons lives on a dairy farm, but he loves showing beef cattle. He came to learn more about improving his techniques for shows.
Really the basics of fitting and clipping and daily hair care, along with like what not to do and what to do with all the species. I think it'll really help me with knowing what to do instead of kind of guessing.
In Brookings, South Dakota, this is Kennedy Tesh for AgWeek.
About 135 4-H and FFA members attended the Livestock Clinic at the SDSU Animal Science Complex. A North Dakota ranch family got a triple surprise during calving season. 13-year-old Austin Fisher was checking cattle with his brother Riley at their ranch near St. Anthony in south central North Dakota while their parents were at a school board meeting. They noticed one of the cows had given birth, but she looked like she was going to have another one. So they came out to check on her again an hour later and discovered she had 3 calves on the ground.
I was excited because this was the first time I had ever seen triplets, and I didn't know
like how rare they were. So then I looked it up, and the chances are 1 in 105,000.
It's much more rare than that they are all bull calves. The odds of that happening are 1 in 700,000. And the family says the 3 black baldy calves and mama are doing well. South Dakota ranks 6th nationally for sheep and wool production. Recently, the public was able to get a closer look at one of the state's leading sheep research facilities.
The South Dakota State University Sheep Unit hosted its open house on March 16th. This gave visitors the opportunity to learn more about the research, education, and extension happening here at the unit. Right now, there are 2 main research studies at the unit.
One is a colostrum study. There's a grad student that's basically looking at microbiome impacts of different colostrum supplements. There's also an undergraduate research project currently happening. That one's looking at vitamin E in lambs.
Students also learn by working on the farm and participating in on-farm lab.
I think last semester alone I had, I want to say 5 different lab groups stop out here, as well as a couple of undergraduate clubs. On top of that, there are currently 6 undergraduate students who I employ here and help with the day-to-day care, as well as some of our larger management practices.
You can learn so much in the classroom, but ultimately I learn better hands-on than I do in the classroom.
Extension programming takes place throughout the year at the farm.
Shearing school is one of them. That happens in the fall. We're in the works of planning what would be data collection field days. A lot of what we do here at the unit, and as far as selection within the flock, has to do with genomic values. So we're looking at having a field day that's related to that data collection.
By hosting this open house, they're able to showcase all the elements the facility has to offer.
Really what I'm trying to do is foster relationships within the industry and with people who are from outside of the industry, and build trust in what's going on here and show that what we are doing is of value.
In Brookings, this is Ariana Schumacher for AgWeek.
The unit houses around 200 ewes, with half the flock being Polypay and the other half being Hampshire. SDSU has the oldest registered Hampshire flock in the country. Ahead on AgweekTV, there could be a solution to your salty soils.
You got salty soils? We can help. Let's talk.
There's no easy button, no guarantees, or promises of a good year. This is farming. It's unpredictable and demanding, with long days and sometimes stressful nights. It's weathering the storms and coming out successful. Farming isn't for everyone. We thank those who make it their life, because it is for everyone.
Spray Advantage is a full-line, full-service dealer with everything you need for fertilizer and chemical applications, like electronics from Microtrack and Raven, pumps by Banjo and John Blue, a full line of poly parts, tanks, and spray tips. We support the equipment we sell with factory-trained service technicians and a well-stocked parts department. It's our commitment to offer you quality products at competitive prices with the best financing options available. Spray Advantage, proudly serving North Dakota and Minnesota.
A farmer's work is never done. You're not just planting a seed or harvesting a crop. You're growing a legacy. When you're up before dawn and out long past dusk, you need a banker who will work with your schedule, not the other way around. At Choice, we do banking differently, giving farmers like you time back to focus on what really matters. Choice Bank, top North Dakota Ag Bank for 10 years running, and always people first.
Looking to add non-GMO conventional and organic soybeans to your rotation this year? Soyco International out of Gary, Minnesota is looking for new farmer contracts for the 2023 season. They have proven marketing strategies, partnered with local agronomy expertise to work alongside and provide the certified seeds needed for their contract growers. Soyco International is offering premium prices to boost your operations' bottom line. Reach out to Sean Young today at 218-350-3863 to answer any questions.
Do you have nutrient deficiency issues? We can help. Let's talk. AgWeek weather is sponsored by Bremer Bank. Connect with a banker today at bremer.com.
Will this be the last cold front the region sees until next winter? Here's John with our AgriWeather outlook.
Over most of the midsection, the heart of the North American continent, southern Canada, northern Great Plains, western part of the upper Midwest, winter has been a non-issue. 1 week of cold weather in January, a storm or two, but not much going on at all, and one of the warmest, if not the warmest, in recorded history. But now we're looking at a significant change in the pattern, and it's happening in the middle part of spring, heading us back into a wintry pattern. It looks like things are going to be active and they're going to be cold, which means places like the Dakotas, Minnesota, Iowa will be looking at snow chances and perhaps some significant moisture coming out of that. Let's start, though, looking at the jet stream pattern itself. The jet stream is finally beginning to become active and a large low-pressure trough. Currently, as we start this period off over the weekend, moving out of the northern Rockies, that's actually a great big storm, and this will bring cold temperatures and snow to many areas of the Dakotas, Minnesota, perhaps rain and snow into Iowa and Nebraska, and that storm will gradually work its way east. Some of that heavy precipitation will make it up into the north woods of Ontario and Quebec. Meanwhile, the pattern will likely remain active. The second swirl later in the week will likely generate at least some chance of some precipitation into the Great Plains, probably a little bit lighter than the first one. And that one will begin to pull up some warmer air up the eastern seaboard. So the southeastern states will finally get some steady spring. South Texas will finally get some consistently warm to hot weather. But over the snow cover now that we have in the northern plains, it's going to be cold and it's going to stay cold. As we transition into April, it's going to be hard to keep things that cold, so we'll likely get some thawing days, and the warm-up will continue in the eastern part of the country. But I don't expect any really unusually warm weather. If anything, the next 2 weeks you could describe as being cold and stormy. Now let's talk about the storm systems. The first week here, March 24th through 30th, over the starting weekend, a significant low working up that'll generate heavy snow and rain turning to snow or snow to rain in the upper Midwest, rain in the central Midwest. A second system later in the week will generate mostly rain up the eastern seaboard. Some of that will turn to snow in the Canadian Maritimes. And later in the week, we will likely see a system or two coming into the Pacific Northwest that will bring the usual array of Pacific Northwest rain and mountain snows in those higher elevations. The first full week of April, still looking stormy, not probably quite as heavy a precipitation yield, with a lot of this falling as rain throughout the Midwest, either rain or snow or both in the northern plains and the Rockies and through western Canada, looking at getting more significant snow.
It was October 1st, 2009. We needed some machinery for the farm. We decided to see if we could become a dealer, and that's kind of grown into what it's been today.
We offer basically anything short line. Seed tenders, fertilizer spreaders, sprayers. We can really set ourselves apart by the knowledge we have in those things, by the amount of units we have on hand at all times.
I just have a passion for helping people, getting to know people. It just becomes a lot of fun.
A farmer's work is never done. You're not just planting a seed or harvesting a crop. You're growing a legacy. When you're up before dawn and out long past dusk, you need a banker who will work with your schedule, not the other way around. At Choice, we do banking differently, giving farmers like you time back to focus on what really matters. Choice Bank, top North Dakota ag bank for 10 years running, and always people first.
Integrity, excellence, teamwork. At Titan Machinery, we take care of our team. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make in excess of 6 figures. Service techs, come grow with a company that invests in you. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, free single healthcare, and a generous tool allowance. Plus, we'll provide all of your uniform and safety gear. Apply today at titanmachinery.com/careers.
There's no easy button, no guarantees, or promises of a good year. This is farming. It's unpredictable and demanding, with long days and sometimes stressful nights. It's weathering the storms and coming out successful. Farming isn't for everyone. We thank those who make it their life, because it is for everyone.
Built in North Dakota and delivered across the Midwest, every Pinky home is a custom home, designed for your family, built by ours. And with our on-site lumberyard and generations of experience, we can help build the home of your dreams without breaking your budget. Build something that lasts. Build with Pinky Homes. Get to know us and see all of your customization options at pinkyhomes.com.
Welcome back to AgweekTV. Joining me now is Severin Anderson. Severin, you farm near Drayton, North Dakota. Go ahead and tell me a little bit about your operation.
Yep, I'm a fifth-generation farmer. I farm up there with my mother and father and work with two of my best friends. We grow sugar beets, we grow wheat, we grow soybeans.
You use a product called Calcine on your acres. Go ahead and tell me about it.
So Calcine was actually started in Arizona about a decade ago as a remedy for the water they were using on golf courses down there. With the water shortage in the Southwest, they were using secondary sources of water, which had a high salt content and was killing the grass on the golf courses. So they came up with a product that basically eliminated the salts in the waters, and a decade later it made its way into agriculture, and now we use it, especially where we are along the Red River, dealing with flooding all the time, to lower not only the salts we deal with in flooding, but in all our crops now, because it has an ability to work across pretty much every crop and every type of soil.
Is Calcine a product you can use in combination with other products that farmers such as yourself use on your operation?
Calcine mixes with basically anything. Like I said, we put it down with our starter fertilizer, seeding beets and soybeans. We've mixed it with herbicides during the summer. We've applied it simply by itself. We've applied it broadcast. We've applied it banded. We've applied it in furrow. So it's worked in pretty much any capacity, and it pretty much mixes with anything. There's no volatility issues, so it's a very easy to use product.
After you apply Calcine on your acres, is it a product you see continue to do well throughout growing season?
Yeah, so like I say, we've applied it both early season and late season. The very first time we used it actually was on a couple of alkali spots we had along the highway. It was only a 2 or 3 acre patch in a field that was 160 acres, and we pretty intensely applied it to those specific areas, and it worked almost immediately. But we've been putting it on year after year in some of our worst spots, and every year you see more bushels, greener crop, healthier crop, and some land down by the river that we basically almost had to take out of production. Within 2 or 3 years, we've been able to use Calcine and basically bring it back to equal to the rest of the fields.
Why is Calcine a product you continue to use in your operation?
Soil health and plant health are such an important thing, and we're learning more and more about how crops work, how they take in product, environmental factors, and so up in our area, being along the river, dealing with salt issues, it's been an important thing for us.
You guys have an event coming up later this summer. Go ahead and tell me about it.
Yeah, so we've been having a crop tour with ECO for the last couple of years now, and they bring out soil experts, plant experts. We talk about sugar beets, we talk about wheat, we talk about soybeans, and every year it's gotten bigger, better. We've had more people come, and it's been really an exciting thing to kind of learn about the products up in our area. And people that come up there have worked all throughout the country, so they basically are able to answer pretty much anybody's questions who come, and we're excited to have you guys come join us this year as well.
Well, I know I am excited to attend. Thank you so much for joining me today, Severin.
Thanks, Em.
Severin Anderson. Up next on AgweekTV, some Minnesota schools are serving up local food for lunch.
When it comes to grain storage and handling solutions, one call does it all. Gateway Building Systems is one of the largest Brock bin dealers in the U.S. Our expert team is dedicated to creating a customized plan for your future success. Expanding your operation has never been easier with our range of Brock solid bins, grain dryers, conveyors, and more. As your trusted partner, we are committed to serving the needs of farmers. Take the first step toward success and call Gateway Building Systems today.
Attention farmers, increase your revenue and prevent compaction from squeezing your profits with PTG's Central Tire Inflation System, now offered at OK Tire and Service. All controlled from the tips of your fingers, ensuring increased yield and improved fuel economy by adjusting your tire pressure within minutes. You are ensuring the best performance from your tractor on the field and off the field, compatible with any radial tire. Call the OK Tire team today or visit oktireinc.com to learn more.
Farming is more than a career. It's a lifestyle, a calling, and a badge of honor. That's why it's important to have a banking partner who doesn't just understand the farming industry, they understand your farm. At Bremer Bank, we've spent more than 80 years working side by side with farmers like you to help you invest in and grow your operation. Season after season, from one generation to the next.
At Vatterstad, we're partnering with North American farmers to create the perfect emergence. We're doing this with new and innovative tillage, planting, and seeding solutions, optimized for the field conditions that you face, and with industry-leading capacities to help you get the job done in short windows of time, so you can maximize yields. Vatterstad, we look forward to growing together.
It was October 1st, 2009. We needed some machinery for the farm. We decided to see if we could become a dealer, and that's kind of grown into what it's been today.
We offer basically anything short line. Seed tenders, fertilizer spreaders, sprayers. We can really set ourselves apart by the knowledge we have in those things, by the amount of units we have on hand at all times.
I just have a passion for helping people, getting to know people. It just becomes a lot of fun.
There's a taste of home in some Minnesota school kids' lunches. Once a month for the last 10 years, the Minneapolis School District celebrates Minnesota Thursdays at lunch. Everything from entrees to desserts are sourced from within 200 miles of the Twin Cities. The lunch menu at Minneapolis Public Schools on a recent Thursday included beef and cheddar sandwiches from Banff Meats and plant-based sloppy joes from Deeply Rooted. Both are produced in Cannon Falls by husband and wife team Wade and Kayla Byer. Kayla worked in the food industry, so she knows it's possible to serve healthy, nutritious school lunch with less processing and artificial ingredients.
I worked in mass manufacturing where I saw how processed food was. And so not only did I want to put a better product on the retail shelf, I want to put a better product on my kids' trays at school.
Wade Byer owns Banff Stock Farms. The calf-to-cow finishing operation runs about 200 head, plus he raises hogs. He also sold hamburger to the Pine Island School District. He's proud to be supplying fresh local food to kids. It's a part of a new farm-to-table program of the Minnesota Ag Department.
It was just very interesting, and I hope that they continue to grow the farm-to-school initiative and focus more on nutritional quality versus maybe the numbers as much.
Other items on the menu this day included Bongards cheese from Purim, sweet potato JoJo's, and coleslaw from Wisconsin, and a frozen pop from Johnny Pops in Elk River. Stories you'll only see on AgWeek.com and in AgWeek magazine this week. A Minnesota goat is the first in the country to test positive for avian influenza virus. A North Dakota State University farm safety camp will give kids first-hand experience in staying safe on the farm. We appreciate you watching AgweekTV. Remember to check us out daily on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok to keep up on all your ag news. Have a wonderful week, everyone.